Welcome back, everyone, to the Halloween special of sorts for Parallel Universe, the show all about community-created content, such as mods, custom levels, and, like we have now, a randomizer. Before we get into it, just a quick reminder, or a quick thank you, rather, to those of you watching on YouTube. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to press the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel. And of course, go to twitch.tv/gamesdonequick if you're interested in looking at our live content. With that said, I am here with Abby's Corner with the Symphony of the Night. Rando, take it away.
Hello, everyone. And I'm not alone. I brought two experts in Castlevania speedrunning, The Swarm and the man you just watched do Aria of Sorrow, Mr. Jupiterclimb.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, Swarm's the real expert. I'm just tagging along.
Oh, please, Jupiter.
Fair enough. So yes, this is Castlevania Symphony of the Night, the Rando. I primarily speedrun the Saturn version, which, fun fact, the longer you sit on the screen, the more likely you're going to get yelled at by a mysterious voice that just yells at you. It's kind of funny. But of course, this isn't the Saturn version. Why is it not? There we go. So that's the thing. Oh, the game's not liking me. Press start. Why? There we go. So yeah, I also have very fun facts about Castlevania. And also, since this is Helix's first time seeing Castlevania today, we're going to watch the infamous interaction between Richter and Dracula. Because who doesn't love that intro? So again, we're just going to be running. Nothing changes here when it comes to the randomizer. Everything here is pretty much the same. And there we go. Of course, when you first play this game for the first time, you can't skip this.
You don't belong in this world.
It was not by my hand that I'm once again given flesh. I was called here by humans who wish to pay me tribute.
Tribute? You steal men's souls and make them your slaves.
Perhaps the same could be said of all religions.
Your words are as empty as your soul. Mankind ill needs a savior such as you.
What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets. But enough talk. How about you?
Again, it's a really good intro. Unfortunately, you can only hear that intro in the Xbox 360 port, as well as the original PlayStation version. Unfortunately, in the PS4 version and PSP version, they redid all the dialogue, and it's kind of unfortunate. Also, fun fact, they never redubbed the Japanese version. Every version of the Japanese version is the same dialogue throughout. So that's something. Also, fun fact, Alucard's Japanese voice actor plays Alucard in Aria of Sorrow, Harmony of Despair, and the fourth one is escaping me. So there's a little fun
Probably
fact
Dawn,
for
I would
you.
imagine, right? Alucard is playable in Dawn.
Probably. Also, we've got a nice cape color. Every rando, you'll get a different cape color. Unless you find a library card, it will disappear after this. It's very unfortunate. Sometimes it's useful to use a library card at the beginning, but it really depends on your equipment because you'll never know what you can find. You can find a Chrysogrim, which, in my personal opinion, is the best weapon in the game, very early. It could be like the first drop you find from an enemy. Oftentimes, the zombies can drop weapons. I've gotten the Morning Blade once from them. So sometimes it can be a bit useful to sit there and farm for a bit. It just really depends. I don't know why I'm doing the slow backdash, but I'm instead of shield dashing. It's fine, because we'll have to do that in a second. Of course, Dracula, Death is going to take are starting items. However, anything that you pick up will stay in your inventory. So that mana prism that I just picked up, that'll stay. And now we have to do the slow backdash. Yay! It's still the fastest form of movement that we currently have at our disposal. Of course, I'm doing a Batmaster preset. And Swarm, if you want to kind of explain what a Batmaster is.
Yeah, for sure. Sounds
feel
good. So basically, this preset was meant to shine a light on, of course, the Bat transformation. Basically, all your moves as the Bat are buffed. Your movement as the Bat when you're not wing smashing is buffed. Literally everything's buffed. You'll see Echo and Force of Echo later. I'll leave that to be a surprise. It's pretty sweet. And so basically this is meant to kind of highlight the Bat transformation. And so that's kind of what we're looking to find on this, hopefully, first layer. There's some details that I kind of iffy on. Jupiter, do you remember if there's a restriction on when you can actually find Bat? Like it has to be layer 1 or...
Yeah, so Eldritch was telling me, I hate to say I have not remembered all of the details, but it's always early. I believe the latest location it can be is a Leapstone. Anything Leapstone or before, Bat has to be located, along with all of the other Bat accessories.
Yeah, great. And so I don't know how, I guess, how much people have watched the Randomizer before and how familiar they are with it, but basically there is a system called Complexity. I guess we'll skip out. It kind of generally
here we
is like
go.
the path.
Here we go. Yeah, what's Complexity?
Oh yeah, so this is like a conversation that has been had probably too much, but basically it's like an onion. So you peel back these layers, you get your Leapstone, which leads to other checks or whatever. Basically it's a path that needs to be however long. Luckily, we don't have to worry about complexity in this one. Basically anything can be anywhere. So yeah.
Yes. Also, one thing about Bat Smashing is that it's treated like the Saturn version, because in the Saturn version, you go until either you untransform or hit a wall. Please let the thing go off. It's not going to do it, is it? Okay, there we go. We've got them off me, so please do a Tetra.
Nice.
There we go, finally.
Yeah,
All right.
and because that took all your gear, you do take a lot of damage in the beginning, and you don't have the greatest damage output, so these first bosses even can be pretty difficult.
And I'm just going to take that life up because I was very low health. So just get that out of the way. Of course, go mode is once, of course, we have all 5 Vlad relics, then we can go straight to Shaft and Dracula, kill them, and save the day. But again, they could be anywhere. I've had seeds where all 4 out of 5 Vlad relics are sitting in the first castle. I've had seeds where most of them are in the second castle. It's really like up to fate, if you want to say that. So that's a thing. Sometimes I will try to get as many levels as possible just so I'm not as much of a glass cannon. Luckily, we were able to find the lightning mail to begin with, so I can kind of tank hits. Obviously, something like God's Garb would be nice, or even Alucard mail, but we'll see what we get. We're coming up on our second check. Our first check is right at the beginning there, where you saw a card floating. Cards are completely useless. We don't want those. We don't want to see those at all.
Wow, what about Sword Bro?
Yeah. Sword Bro?
Or
How
Bat
about
Familiar and
Bro?
Batmaster.
There you go.
Also buff.
I still don't know what it does because I've never found it, like 90% of the
when
time.
you do Fire of Bat, it also... Oh, perfect. Bat Relic early. That's what you want to see.
There we go. We now have our method of flight, and we can either go forward or backwards. Because we are here early on, we can go back to the boss room, check that check, as well as head all the way to the entrance, or we can go forward. There will be another chance that I can check those checks later, because when we go underground, whenever that may be, we can check them there. So I think we're going to go forward. Of course, we can go automatically into Ulrox's quarters because we have flight to get up there. In the regular speed run, what you would need is you would need wolf transformation in order to get access to a dive kick up there, but we can just fly. Oh, how nice. The best Vlad relic because it gives us damage. Ooh, Fury Plate. Nicely done. So now we can have just a little bit of damage. Only a little bit. Because we are still using a very weak weapon.
Very good.
I don't know if I'll fight Ulrox right now, though, simply for the fact that I'm only using... the sword's kind of weak. Not gonna lie. So I might not go fight him. I might check Sword Bro's location, though, first. Actually, I'll also check this check over here just to see if there's any better items, just in case. There we go, Life Max. You love to see it, and you love to see the turquoise. Unfortunately, I don't have the ability to shield dash yet because I still need the shield. Of course, I might save Ulrox's quarters for a bit and just go straight into Colosseum, then the church, then to said Leapstone check. There are three checks in Castle Keep, such as the Leapstone check, Power of Mist check, and is it Ghost Card check? Is that what's technically the third item?
The top right, yeah,
don't
Ghost
usually
Card.
check. Okay. I never check it in vanilla, so I'm like... Plus, whereas I do the Saturn version, which is incredibly broken compared to the PlayStation version, we don't see most of the things you would see in that version.
Oh, all right. That's a good find.
Ooh, Jewel of Open. Yes. Of course, if I have to fight Scylla this early, ooh, boy, are we in trouble. Because Scylla is scary when you don't have armor. I had a seed where she killed me because she was the first check that I needed Soul of Bat at, and it was just like, oh.
Yeah, I'd be lying if I didn't.
No.
I'd say I didn't die to Scylla once before. It's happened.
Course,
Okay,
hopefully
there you
I
go.
don't die here. Ooh, I have... Okay. Uh-oh. Careful.
Ooh.
Ugh. Whoops. That's what you get for not healing me. Okay. Well, at least we know where two good checks are. But I should have healed.
That
was my
fight is really
bad.
tough. I mean, especially doing it that early. You know, that definitely can go that way.
Yeah. Also, I probably didn't equip one of the good armors, which probably could have
okay.
helped. Anyway,
Yep,
we'll
yep,
just
yep.
pretend that didn't happen.
I mean, to
None
hear
of that happened.
the prologue again, so. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Maybe we skip it this time.
Alrighty, and what we're hoping to see here from this fight are just some damage stacks. So when we play the randomizer, usually, technically we're using the glitchless rule set, but there are some glitches where we're like, it's whatever. We're just going to do that. One of them is damage stacking. Basically, got one there at the end, which was nice. Using Hydra Storm and then throwing a Holy Water. And if it's done on the right frame, kind of out of your control. It's random. But it could do a lot of damage, as we saw there. So, good job.
And for some reason, we become a postcard at the end. Because that's just a thing that happens. I have a viewer that comes in all the time and teases about that. And I'm like, I don't know why they become a postcard. They just do.
That's funny.
So there we go.
Oh, beautiful cape.
Again, we get to see the cool cape. Also, another thing that I forgot to mention is in vanilla, when death takes all your equipment, you can find it all in the second castle. However, in the randomizer, that's not the case. The randomizer will be like, no, this is gone forever. You will find none of it. Best of luck to you. So that's one of the downsides to Rando, in case you were like, oh, I have a really powerful starting sword. Hooray. And it's like, I'll get to find that in the second castle. No.
Yep.
You get nothing in like...
Or the games where you start off with a duplicator and then it takes it away. Those always hurt.
Oh, yeah. One thing, when it comes to also selecting your preset, if you want to select tournament mode, as it keeps the clock room open, so you can go up into Ulrix's quarter and you don't have to wait for every even minute, I believe it is, for it to reopen. And the librarian's relic is free rather than paying $500 for it.
And that was a change made for your tournament last year, right, Jupiter?
I believe so, yeah. It's relatively new, but now it's the new standard. We pretty much always have tournament mode on because no one wants to deal with having to wait a full minute.
Yeah, it's one of those unavoidable things. Maybe for the first visit, you can kind of dictate whether it's open or not. But 34 minutes into
honestly,
Seed,
even like a casual playthrough, I think having that open is nice. I've seen a lot of people play this game casually for the first time, and it's not obvious how the clock room works. So that can lead to a lot of aimless backtracking.
For sure. Yeah, definitely.
Also, question for the panel. What was the first Castlevania game you remember playing?
For me, Jupiter can probably guess. I'm like the most quintessential Thoten player. It was Symphony of the Night, and it's the only Castlevania game I've played.
Typical.
Okay.
So, no, it's fine. It's fine. Thoten fans are very loyal to the game, and it's not hard to see why. This game has got so much to offer. Really, just it's rich, it's beautiful. There's a lot to do, a lot of ways to play. There are like what 20 randomizer presets now.
Oh yeah,
a lot of variety. Myself though, I actually played a Circle of the Moon.
Crazy.
It was a GBA launch title. It was the first one I played as a kid.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna go with the weirdest option probably anyone ever had for their first Castlevania experience. The Castlevania 1 arcade version. I do not know how a bowling alley in Fredericton, New Brunswick had this arcade port, but that's the first one I played, and then I think it was Castlevania 4. This is the only Castlevania game I've ever beaten. My first experience was with said 360 version. And yeah, I also have like Castlevania Chronicles and stuff, but I've just never beaten it, and literally all of the Castlevania games that involve whip users, I don't like them. I really don't. I like this style of Castlevania.
yeah.
I think the whole panel here is going to agree Metroidvania is more interesting. We're biased, but yeah, I mean...
For sure. We're all on the same page there.
Fair enough. Yeah, of course, I have more experience with... Well, maybe not anymore, but I had more experience with Metroid because I actually speedran Metroid Fusion. That was the third game I ever speedran. And this is number like 30 that I speedrun because I do too many games, and that's just how it is. But Castlevania Symphony of the Night is probably my favorite. I like it a lot. Even the PlayStation version, obviously, I've grown more attached to the Saturn version. If you have a Sega Saturn, I highly recommend it. It is a bit on the expensive side. The Saturn version is the most expensive version out of them all. Unless there's some rare, like, Castlevania Chronicles out there that I'm not aware of.
Ice Brand.
Oh, what do we have? Ice
Love that
Brand.
sword.
Okay.
Great sword.
So that's going to be good for us.
Definitely a good find.
All right. Never know what enemies
or
are
if they're
going to
gonna
drop.
them. So, yeah.
Most of the time, they drop food.
And so a lot of Soten randomizer races, for people who aren't familiar, is run in the long library or Discord. And we all race the same seed and basically see who can finish it the fastest. And so a lot of Soten is done competitively, or you can just enjoy it casually, which is why I think it's great. Works both ways.
Also, one of the disadvantages about running Batmaster that I discovered while preparing for this hotfix is if you are in Bat and you are doing a Bat Smash at the final clock as it's dinging, it won't untransform you, and it'll make so basically the second the clock strikes 13, it'll be like, hello, you are now going to be flying out of the room, which can be the scariest thing in the world because those gold guards do so much damage, and if you don't have the mana to continue to go, they will hit you, it will hurt, and you will possibly die. So definitely keep an eye on that, because in vanilla, even the Saturn version, it will stop and untransform you. So it'll work. I'm gonna go to the library first this time to see if there is something a little better. Maybe a shield so that I can shield dash should I be low on mana or something like that. Typically, there is a shield for 400. It could be the worst one. It could be the best one. You never know. Also, I have a tendency to find Chrysogrims in the library for whatever reason. Very nice. We got some health. Anything here? Morningstar. Gonna check behind Doppelganger 10. Also, we're gonna check inside the elevator here before we go into the library, because there could be something good.
Ooh, fire bat. That's
so I believe that's
more fun stuff to show off.
Yes. I went too high, but that's okay because I'm going to check Clock Tower right now. Usually what I do if I find Bat in that elevator, because a lot of seeds like to have Bat in that elevator, is I will immediately go up here because it just makes the most sense. Okay, we've got Gold Ring, so we have half the means to check Holy Glasses. Dive kicked and hit that. Of course, the Bat transformation gives us access to a dive kick. Of course, if we find Leapstone, then we can dive kick whenever we please, which is kind of nice. And then I'm going to go over here to activate said elevator. Go inside here to get the teleport and also open the elevator, because the elevator won't open until you leave and come back.
It's always nice to have two. Especially if you can't full clear library, then this one can be important later. But we're hoping for a library card. That'd be really nice.
Yes, library cards would be nice. Funny enough, most seeds don't give me library cards. Not even the librarian will sell them to me, and I'm like, oh, well, isn't that nice? And of course, we'll be able to get some level ups here because wing smashing will often kill everything. And because we're here so early, quote unquote, so early and low level, it's like, okay, everything's just going to be nice to me.
Yep.
All right. Let's see. Okay, it was another card. Jupiter, just for you.
What do we got?
I will see if it's Sword
Oh,
Brother.
Nose
It's
Devil,
not.
Nose Devil?
Yes. Fun fact, the Japanese version of the PlayStation 1, has an exclusive check in Allrox's quarters. I have no idea what it is, but it doesn't exist past the Japanese version. It's called Tengu, and I'm like, where's it?
I think it's under the save room, right?
And
I thought Mott told me that.
I'm interested in this.
oh, look, it's Soul of Wolf, my favorite thing.
Wow.
Oh, hey, library cards are super cheap. Now, let's see what else he has. Mont Blanc. Ooh, Shaman Shield seems pretty good. Everybody's favorite. And let's see. We'll go with a Royal Cloak.
Ooh, Varda.
Oh, hi. Oh, we get to have some fun if I find $8,000. We get to have a lot of fun.
Get some better gear. Your defense a lot better now. So all these bosses will be much
Yes.
easier. And you get some levels under your belt here.
Yep. Unfortunately.
That was
Oh, wait, I
very
missed
hard.
a check, didn't I? Yeah. So we get to go back because I forgot checks. Not to be confused with the word.
Ooh,
not to
and
be
it-
confused with the cereal. Ooh, Dark
Wow.
Blade and Holy Glasses.
Are we gonna see the early Castle
So
2
there we go.
Gambit?
We can. How much power do I have? Oh wait, I didn't equip the shield yet. Lol.
Maybe. Got that
Maybe
library card.
because
But
I do.
second castle's pretty dangerous when you're this low level. Like,
This is true.
maybe if you had those Vardas, like if those Vardas, if you had one or two, then you'd
Yeah.
be pretty good for it. But it's either way it would work.
However, I do feel more comfortable fighting Olrox. So that is a benefit. So we can probably go see Olrox early-ish. Also, loving the wing color here. It's a nice blue
Yeah,
on
works.
purple. So what is everybody's favorite weapon in Soden? We heard what Jupiter's favorite weapon was in Aria of Sorrow, so I'm curious to know.
Let's see. I guess probably Fisted Tulkas. It's a cool fist weapon. You just get to go through and punch a bunch of people, and you can throw fireballs. Pretty cool. So,
This
so
game's-
many active uses.
Okay.
This game's got like 300 weapons, and we're gonna just straight up agree. We've narrowed it down to the same one. I'm also going with Fist of Tulkas. Two specials, the Hadouken and the Fists of Fury. It's probably the most technical and fun to use weapon, so it's the best of both worlds.
Okay.
Followed closely by Heaven's Sword.
Okay.
Sorry.
Mine is Chrysogrim.
What did you just say?
So I guess I will
I
be
said
the
followed,
outlier.
followed closely by
Chrysogrim.
Heaven's Sword.
Well, we gotta delete the VOD. that misinfo can't spread. F2.
It really is. But Chris
Oh
Grimm,
dear.
by and large, the best sword in the game for sure. As far as like killing stuff fast.
All right. Yeah. Of course, you can't go wrong with Alucard Shield and Shield Rod. It basically melts everything. It's nice to be able to melt things, don't you know? So yeah, here we go to Olrox. See what he had. Oh, speaking of Shield Rod, there it is. Fun fact about the Shield Rod, if you start with the Shield Rod, apparently death doesn't fully take it away, and until you open the menu or have a dialogue in a cutscene, you can still use its power. So that is also a thing that was very bizarre when that
actually,
happened.
I learned later that someone had seen that before, but not everyone. I mean, I'd never heard of it, and I know a lot, but it's crazy. We just stumbled upon it on our practice seed for this event, so it was such a weird thing to stumble upon.
All right, what does All Rocks have for us?
Come
9
on,
times
Echo.
out of 10,
We
he
want to
has
see
nothing.
Echo, Force of Echo.
All right, what do we got? What do we have? I'm also going to just shield dash here to try to regain some mana. Oh, okay, we've got Leaf Stone. That's good. So now we have access to that dive kick at all times. Not that I'm great at dive kicking, because most times I mess it up. Going to grab this in case I find an Alucard shield at any point, which will make short work of Galamoth, and then we're gonna fall down here to check the Sword Brother card location. So here we go. Flying past. Of course I bonk. Oh no. Fun fact, the damage... Ooh, a Luminous. Very nice. There we go. If you hit... Okay, Gas Cloud. That also works. Fun fact, I find Gas Cloud first most of the time, and then it's like, oh, all right then. That's perfectly fine. All right. Of course, if we had Gravity Boots, we could get up here faster, but who knows where that could be. It could be in one of the reverse library checks, which there are 2 of. So, fun fact, as you saw there, it won't damage you until you are transformed back into human. It's just kind of funny. So there we go. Did I get the warp? Let's see if I got the warp. I didn't. So let's grab that. There we go. And for anyone that's confused what all the boxes are in the screen, those are all possible checks. Grayed out ones mean I don't have access to them. They will light up green if I do. So we'll go back and say hello to Werewolf now. And then if I don't find Jewel of Open, we would go to the second castle. But we know where Jewel of Open is because that's why we went to Werewolf the first time. So just head up here. I'm also going to check Shield Rod itself before entering that fight. Just to see what's hiding there because I found Chrysogrims there before. Of course, we already have Shield Rod. And maybe, just maybe, a certain shield will be hiding there. No, it was nothing. I mean, it was a pentagram, but still, it was kind of nothing.
The way it goes.
And then we'll save here. Of course, saving not only recovers all your health, it refills your mana right away, and also, unfortunately, forces you to save the first time, every time. I do not know why that's a thing. But it is. I don't know if anybody knows why that's a thing, because I don't know too many games that force you to save the first time.
Strange, I have no explanation. Maybe it's,
So there we go. Thanks to those items we bought, we just made short work of them.
That's the value of getting some levels, getting some armor.
And because we defeated Werewolf now, we don't have to see the interaction after Hippogriff, which is nice. Because if you do that first, it skips it. In the Saturn version, you just get to skip it. Saturn version, again, is a little weird. But even if you were to just play it straight, you'd get to skip it.
Out of curiosity, which of the 2 versions do you prefer since you're very experienced with both?
The Saturn version. I like it a lot. I also find the Saturn controller is also very much nicer on the hand than the PlayStation version, because obviously, if you play the PlayStation version, PlayStation D-pads have a terrible reputation, in my opinion, for just murdering thumbs, though I did also suffer a thumb injury a few years back, so it's very sensitive. But the Saturn D-pad is the best D-pad to ever be made. So it just works that much better. So that's just my opinion on it. I kind of wish there were a bit more Saturn categories, like a Saturn glitch list would be nice. There aren't a ton of Saturn categories. There's Saturn Alucard, no Saturn Richter. There is Saturn Maria, which is probably the most ran of the Saturn version categories, because it's also sort of on the main board category for the Saturn version, because that is the version where you would play as Maria. You can also play it in the PSP version / PS4 version, but I'm told those versions are pretty bad. And having played the PS4 version, there's a lot to be desired in that version. I would highly recommend not playing that version because it likes to drop a lot of inputs if you use the analog stick. And again, the D-pad, even on a PS5 controller, is really bad. But everybody's got their preference, right, for what D-pad's going to work for them. Oh, there we go.
All right.
We've got Force of Echo now. Once we find Echo, we'll be able to hit everything on the screen, which is going to be nice, because we'll deal with these wargies. For those that don't know, the Flea Riders are riding wargies. For Canadians, that is frightening, because there is a reason they are called Canadian Cobra Chickens. Because they are terrifying. Okay, we've got Form of Mist, meaning we can check the library check. And since we have the... I cannot remember... Why am I forgetting? We can go to the caverns, because we have Jewel of Open. Thank you, brain, for finally remember what you're supposed to say. So here we go. Do I have any jewels to sell right now? I don't think I do. Maybe I do. It's not going to be that much, though. But since I'm here... Oh, wait. Yes, it will. Okay, we're getting dual Vardas now.
I'm interested in this.
So, yeah, our damage output is going to be ridiculous. Defense is going to be ridiculous. The Ring of Varda is the most powerful ring in the game, to the point where it's not even available your first playthrough. It is a new game plus item. So yeah, there will be nothing
Nice
to exist.
142 attack.
Basically.
Yeah. With an ice band.
So here we go. Of course, we have to deal with flea armors. They're not really that big of a deal. They're just kind of nuisances, as are flea men in general. So we're just gonna go down here. Light Stroll. Of course, this is vanilla Soul of Bat location that we're going to. And again, 2 hits, gone.
Wow.
Helix, any thoughts, feelings at the moment?
I'm just enjoying the ride, enjoying the commentary too. Been cool just listening to y'all chat about not only this game but also just your thoughts about Castlevania in general.
For sure.
And unfortunately, it was nothing. But we'll pick that up to almost have 150 HP. There may be nothing that can do a ton of damage to us anymore, thanks to the Ring of Vardas. Maybe in the second castle. But it's hard to say. Anything in the first castle, no. We'll take 1 damage from everything, which is fine by my books. Now, one thing I will note is that what you want to do when wing smashing is you want to go into Mist to kind of turn. I am terrible at doing that unless I have Power of Mist. And of course, the way the Saturn speedrun works is through very fun shenanigans that are only available through the Saturn version for Saturn Any percent Alucard, is we will start with every relic in the game. So I have Power of Mist, so I don't have to worry about having bad turns or anything like that. Yeah, and if you know all the glitches, you can easily finish the game in under 10 minutes if you know what you're doing. It's difficult, but it is doable. I can't do those glitches. We need this way, because that's where the spot is. Also, I forgot to re-equip my shield. Standard problem that I have is forgetting to re-equip certain things. Now I have to find my shield, of course. Where is the shield? There it is. Let me also equip the Alucard mail for some extra defense. We now have over 80, which is nice. I'm probably going to shield dash for a while to make sure. I know I have that mana prism, but I always feel nervous about using them because I'm like, when is this gonna go wrong? Question mark. Also, again, very nice shade on this cape. Really enjoying that. From what I heard earlier today, there may be in the works for the wolf colors to change.
That'd be cool.
Because obviously, bat colors are your cape colors. Wolf. I don't know when that change is happening. It is something that I heard in fellow Soden speedrunners. Dragon Blitz's chat, somebody mentioned that, and I said, oh, that would be cool, because, you know, different colors just to change it up.
Color variety goes a long way. For
Very
those who
nice.
don't keep up with Soden or is like seeing the random for the first time, we just had a pretty nice cosmetic update for a recent preset where now gravity boot jumping is multicolored. I like that stuff too, those small touches. So having that for Wolf would be really sick.
For sure.
Very good sword was just picked up. It's very good. Of course, it doesn't work great for a certain dog that we'll be fighting at some point. But for everything else, works fantastic. So, of course, now we're in the nightmare. He's reliving his mother's death. Because that's what Succubus wants to do, and it's like, no. And so because he's had to relive that traumatic event, instead of killing the Succubus, because they're in a dream, she is now trapped in the void for all eternity. She's also very confused that you would attack her because she can smell Dracula's blood within you, and it's like, why are you fighting us? And it's like, never mind that, you're trapped here for all eternity. Too bad, so sad.
Well, there's some Halloween content for you.
Very spooky.
Indeed. For anyone that's seen the Castlevania series on Netflix, you know what happened there because they kind of go into that. Because, of course, Alucard's debut was in Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse, which is technically, canonically, the first game in the franchise. And then it goes Castlevania 1, Castlevania 2, Castlevania 4, Rondo of Blood, then Soden, then Aria of Sorrow, I believe. Oh, wait, no. Technically, there's a game before that, because I forgot one of the PS2 games takes place in, like, the year 1094. So that's technically the first game.
Yes.
We now have the destruction technique that we now, because basically what Batmaster also allows us to do is using Force of Echo / an Echo combination to hit everything on the screen. It can even be behind you. So, of course, we're not checking down below because we can't really go there. Check up here, see if there was anything good. Sometimes you might see something there. Usually what shows up there for me is a Dracula tunic. So,
Sure.
yeah.
Good find.
All right. Good flying here. I'll eventually lose control. And then check here. Is that going to be another library card?
Oh,
It is not.
it's
Going to be a meal ticket. So then we go down. Oh, there we go. Take that, thank you. And go into Ormond's first location, or Ormond check. I know it's Merman statue, but it's to summon the Orman in another spot. So I often call it that. So we continue to go. Okay, we now have silver rings, so we could check Holy Glass's natural location. So here we go. Sliding along. So there's an example. As you just see, everything just go away. And here's the point where I at least check entrance, because that's where we go. Hitting all the buttons. Woohoo! And then, of course, just melting everything on the screen. It's very nice and very fun. Swarm has been trying to get me to do that for at least, I don't know, a week. And then I think I started doing it like probably 3 days ago or something like that. Because I would never do it because I'm like, I don't understand why I would do that. And then it's like, because it'll get rid of small annoyances. Yes, this works great. Of course, we have 2 diamonds, so that'll be $40,000 at our disposal. Actually, I'm going to go back because I have another way to get to the other 2 checks now that I think about it, which is that eventually the warp location will bring us there. So back down we go into the catacombs to see what's there. There are 2 checks down there. One of them is, what's the word I'm looking for? Spike Breaker's original location. Also, just to show you the difference in bat speed, here's Batmaster speed, here's traditional bat speed. So it is quite the increase in speed.
Yeah, I think the goal
as we just
in designing this was
going.
You're always going to be Bat, because, I don't know, you're the Batmaster, naturally, so...
It would be nice if that he wouldn't turn back into human if he touched water. So now we're going down into the catacombs. We have to be careful here because there's going to be all these toads and frogs and because unfortunately there is that debug for the PlayStation version, which is that if you press triangle on a second player's controller, it'll do the thing. It won't let me do the thing. So we have to do this the traditional slow way, which is fine. We just need a skeleton ape to come over here and perform his best impression of Donkey Kong. Thank you. And then move forward. Also, Batmaster allows us to open doors and the like, which is pretty nice. So yeah. And here's that bad doggo that I mentioned that we were going to have to fight. Yes. Can we get some Fs in chat for the doggo that just got... I didn't think it was going to take 3 hits. But now that they have been taken care of, we can now switch to the Marsil. Marsil is fun. Also, apparently I picked up Holy Sword at some point. Oops. I don't remember picking up Holy Sword, but it happened. That is something that'll also happen when doing rando, is you'll randomly open your inventory and say, when did I get this? Of course, we're checking out Demon Card check right now, and it's Fairy Scroll, so now we can see the names of everything we fight. And the great thing about... go ahead. I was going to mention one of the nice things about Echo is the gremlins spawn all these fires, and they're annoying to get through. But with Echo, it's like, they're gone in an instant.
Yeah, to your point earlier about just the sheer number of variables in this game, it's one of the great things about Soden as a randomizer. I think this is the best rando ever made, personally. And there's so much to keep track of. Every seed feels totally different. However, that does make it easy to forget certain things. That's pretty common. In any given seed, you're going to forget certain items or relic locations. It's par for the course in this rando.
Okay, there we go. Also, if you want to check out the Saturn version, but you're like, is there a rando for that? There is, but it's with Maria. and it's very different from what you're seeing now. I haven't tried it yet because I have no familiarity with Maria at all, and she functions very differently than Alucard. Alucard kind of functions like an RPG character, whereas Maria and Richter kind of function like your traditional before they became Metroidvania Castlevanias. Oh, and it was another. Oh, it was Spirit Card.
Unfortunate.
And now we're going to check the Swarm's favoriteest location.
There are no more checks
hope
down
you're
here.
ready.
We can just go back up.
I believe
Okay, look, just because.
we've got one Vlad right now, right?
Oh, go ahead.
Would you skip the situation
Yes.
Swarm with one Vlad?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah. Prince
I'm a
of Wolves.
diehard
That's a
Grand
Prince of
Floon
Wolves,
skipper. Yeah. Exactly.
And I have never skipped because Grand Floon's been nice to me. It's funny, most of the things that most people skip are nice to me, and I'm like, I don't know what to tell you.
Yep.
It's just a thing. Oh, hey, another mana prism. Don't
Happy's
mind
even
if
made
I
friends
do.
with Creature. Like, every time I've watched her this past week, he's had something. He's never not had something at Creature. Yeah. He always has something. It's crazy. I don't understand how I've never seen that before.
It's because I only know how to do left side because I don't like right side because dealing with the Goths is absolutely terrible because they're annoying and I don't go right side because of that. I will eventually make left side turn into right side.
I like your dedication to left side. I also have recently been converted to a left side only person. No matter what, it's the best.
Indeed, shoutouts to Dragon Blitz for preaching the gospel of the left side during the rando tournament that's been happening. I don't know when it started, but I've been watching for at least the last month and a half,
Yeah,
I think.
It's been a fun time, for sure.
Yeah.
A lot of great matches, a lot of great players.
Will I ever participate in the tournament? No.
Just
No.
immediately shuts down the idea.
Because yes, because okay, my first rando I ever did of this, I decided to do Warlock, which is spells cost 5 NP. Speaking of other presets, you start with Mist. Mist is free, kind of like how Bat is free in free as in the cost to use. And it took me 4 hours, and a major piece was sitting at Galamoth as he was holding Jewel of
Wow.
Open,
That's the
and
worst.
it was like,
Yeah.
You were there for that.
I think I repressed that memory because that was the worst seat I've ever seen. But yeah. Also noted that Grand Floon had nothing.
yes. Well, I mean, he had a wolf skill, but I'm no good at lycanthropy things, so I try to avoid
Yep.
them with all costs.
This is Bat Master, not Wolf Master.
All right, now we're going to check the 2 checks that I didn't check, which are in the alchemy lab, because we have that option. So this should just take a moment. Wrong way. So here we go. Uh-oh. Not quite. There we go. Dive kick down. Head this way. And then we're... Wait, I already checked. I checked
Right.
this part. Wrong way again. I
Well, you
can't
always check your
remember
map.
where I went. Yes.
Yeah, this has been a pretty barren first castle, honestly.
Sometimes it'll be very fruitful, other times it'll be barren. Same thing with the second castle. But also it's important to check your checks, because sometimes when you don't check a check, the thing you were looking for is sitting in that check. I remember, I think it was our practice seed, was it not? Where there was a Vlad relic, the final Vlad relic was sitting in Ulrox's quarters, but I had skipped Ulrox's quarters before going to the second castle because I completely forgot about it. There we go, we got Power of Mist, so now we have the Mist Trinity, which is very nice. It'll allow me to do a lot of fun things, including dealing with a certain Galamoth if necessary. Because one thing you can do to cheese Galamoth, as I go up the wrong way here, is you can sit there in Mist with Gas Cloud and just constantly hit him and he can't hit you. It's very, very nice. Of course, it does cost mana, so again, you'll want either a lot of mana prisms or a duplicator to heal yourself. And it's Spike Breaker. This is actually okay, because I also just remembered that we have one more check that we can make, and it's in the chapel, so we'll go how the game typically intends you to do chapel, which is through the blue door here, because we can check Silver Ring right now, and sometimes Silver Ring can be where a ring, well, technically anywhere can have a Relic of Vlad, but sometimes it's where the game wants you to go for the final Vlad relic. So we'll be checking that momentarily, and then probably heading off to the second castle. Oh wait, I lied. We won't be going the traditional way, as I totally skipped everything. Never mind, we're going through Ulrox's quarters.
Skipping holy glasses, huh?
Because I say things and then realize... Oh, right.
Well, I thought that was an intentional gamble. This is like the slowest
completely
check in the game.
forgot.
It is very slow. I honestly would be for a holy glasses skip. But naturally, in a marathon setting, skipping can be quite dangerous.
This is going to be bait. I know it's bait. You know it's bait. But,
Oh, 100%.
you know.
But it's a barren first castle thus far, so maybe we could be surprised. Who knows?
Maybe a Vlad
I would
road,
skip it.
Yeah.
Who knows?
But yeah, that's
you never
anything
know.
can happen in Rando. That's especially in this preset. Just anything can be anywhere.
All right. Heading down. You never know. It could also be the last Vlad check because, again, of
Yeah,
how
you know what?
barren
You know
it
what?
is.
I'm on team something at holy glasses. We'll see.
Wouldn't it be poetic if it was back card down here?
Oh yeah, for sure.
And it is okay, Merman.
Leave it.
Oh, that's so bad.
I mean, it
Yeah.
might not be because you know it also has been the final
Yep.
Vlad relic.
The only
Yep.
thing worse
Orman,
than
for
bait
sure.
is long-winded bait.
So
Oh yeah. But yeah.
I mean, at least we have the warp to get there. Because, you know what? Let's go check it now.
Yeah, you never
Because
know.
you never know.
We're here for the content anyway.
This is an excellent content check.
Oh, for sure. A lot of anticipation. Fun dialogue.
A lot of waiting for him to
Yeah.
open the gate.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see.
But we're going to really see Echo of Bat with Force of Echo in play here,
Yeah.
which is going to be very nice. Going down. There we go. Come on. Ugh.
Yep.
Wait, I have dive kicks. There we go. Dive kicks. Helping you break floors since 1997. Also, one more thing about the Saturn version. The Saturn version actually has an exclusive boss, so it could have a more interesting all bosses route, question mark. As well as technically 4 exclusive areas, 2 exclusive weapons, and apparently Iga hates that version of the game, and I'm like, why? It's really good. Sure, it doesn't have transparency and extra loading zones, but it's not that terrible.
It's interesting for sure.
It's still the best game on the Saturn.
There's also...
Oh, yeah. Oh, maybe Bat Card?
Oh, you gotta check that. Gotta check that. 100%.
Okay, fine.
No!
I'll check it.
I was gonna pop off.
Ghost card.
Man.
Saturn actually has a fantastic library if no one's ever experienced the Sega Saturn as I look over at my Japanese Saturn. In terms of the best Sega Saturn game, I mean, yeah, there's Soden. Apparently Metal Gear was going to be there as well, but was canceled because they were like, no, we're doing Dreamcast now. Speaking of which, the Dreamcast had a canceled Castlevania as well. Castlevania Resurrection, which was going to star the Castlevania Game Boy protagonist. I thought I had gravity boots. That was terrible.
At least.
Yes. There is also a fan patch for the Saturn version, which utilizes the 4 megabit RAM card, as well as some other improvements. A lot of 2D games take advantage of that, and I'm surprised that Konami didn't originally utilize that, because it would have probably helped the game a ton. A lot of Capcom fighters use that 4 megabit RAM card, which is why I actually say Street Fighter 03 Alpha 3 in North America is probably the best Saturn game, because it also features extra animations not in any other version, as well as an exclusive character and mode, which may also be in other versions, but I only recall it being in the Saturn version.
They really went all in with the Sega Saturn with all this content. But
Indeed.
it kind of, unfortunately, petered out. But it's cool.
Yes. Fun fact, one more Saturn fact. The Saturn actually outsold the Dreamcast. Oh, yes. And up until a certain game called Final Fantasy VII came out, it was beating the PlayStation in sales. And then 7 came out, and everything was, well, history.
I did not know it.
As a Sega fan, I'm sad now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I am also a Sega fan, as I also have a Japanese Dreamcast sitting right beside my Japanese Saturn.
That's sick, actually. I don't even have a Dreamcast at all.
Okay, here we go. And then probably when I hit Second Castle will be a good call for a break. Because that's where we'll be going next. And just as a little extra precaution, I'm going to put on Spike Breaker, because Speed is the name of the game. Wolf Relic, go away. See, this is also the problem, is that my buttons are different, depending. Because I use the same controller.
Oh.
So we're gonna have
first
four
nothing.
Vlads in Castle.
This
which is
castle.
quite uncommon.
And they're all going to be left side.
Or the game could throw us in a real loop and be like, they're all at bosses because in vanilla, you have to kill the 4 classic monsters. And of course, the 4 classic monsters are Creature, Frankenstein, Medusa, Darkwing Bat, no relation to Darkwing Duck, and Death, and the Mummy, aka Akhenaten 2. So, yeah. I went up too high. Actually,
Yeah,
no, we already checked all this, didn't we? Yes, we did. There we go. Unfortunately, once you go all the way through the CD room, he's untransformed again. It's really unfortunate. Also, I'm going to unequip the hat to make sure. Also, I need to re-equip the Ring of Vardas because, you know, more strength would be nice. I kind of forgot about that, and then I looked at my damage, and I'm like, wait, that doesn't seem right. That seems a little low, don't you think? There we oh, very nice flight there. And of course, you need the holy glasses to see the green orb. If you don't see the green orb, you can still accidentally kill Richter, but he'll go into rage mode. He kind of has 2 phases. But if you kill Richter, that's bad ending, which is not that great. There we are.
And you're planning on doing the Medusa, then left side? Yeah.
Yep. Because it's simply faster to do that since it's right there. It doesn't take that long.
Certified Jupiter strap.
We have hit the second castle.
All right.
And accidentally hit the clock.
Yeah, well, we are going to take a quick break here. We will be back. Do not go away. Before we head out, just a quick reminder, if you missed any of this run so far, if you missed the last run, or if you've missed any other Hotfix shows, be sure to check out the VODs on youtube.com/gamesdonequick. You can also find GDQX on there that happened last weekend. We will be right back. Do not go away. The Castlevania Symphony of the Night Randomizer will be right back. Hello everyone, thank you for sticking around. Welcome back to Parallel Universe and the Symphony of the Night Randomizer. Before we get started again, did you know that Games Done Quick is hiring? If you are a business developer or have experience in recruiting sponsorships and would like to work for GDQ, apply at gamesdonequick.com/jobs. But let's get right back into the action. Abby's Corner, tell us what's going on.
All right. So we have just entered the second castle. Everything's going to be in the second castle. The second castle also expects you to be a pretty decent level because everything is just going to murder you. So we're entering at level 26, which in base game, if you don't know what you're doing, would probably end you. And yeah, it's a pretty low level. So we're going to get a ton of level ups just by flying through enemies, as we just got a level up there. So right now we're heading to Medusa to see what she has to offer as we slowly just fly towards. And of course, the closer we are to Medusa, the less likely she's going. Of course, she's going to, die super quick thanks to the 2 Rings of Varda. What do you have? Fairy card. Of course, when you exit the room, it can actually spawn in things faster because the game is slowing down when things are spawning in, but sometimes it's just like, wait a second, why not, right? So, here we go. And then we're gonna fly forward. Of course, we can get cursed by the tombstones if we're not flying through them, or unless we have the Heart of Vlad. Again, we're looking for the 5 relics of Vlad so that we can go fight Dracula. Grab that in case we need to come back here for any reason. Highly recommend grabbing warps just in case. And now we're going to fight Darkwing Bat immediately and go into the reverse clock tower, which can be a bit of a nightmare, but we do have all of our mist relics, so we'll be able to make it through pretty easily. And then there we go. There's an example. Ooh, okay. Spirit Orb is kind of useless, but it does allow us to see our damage output, which can be a little fun. I like picking it up for that reason. So there we go. It's the next part.
The
that
Echo
makes
Force
it
of
a
Echo
nightmare.
certainly helps with this room too.
No. Oh, cool. I wasn't sure if it was going to insta-kill them or not, so I was a little worried. But we're doing like 65 damage.
Force of Echo use
so
hit
that
damage?
works.
Like, do the 2 Vardas effective? I don't know.
I'm not sure. I think it might. Nice life max plus all that. The necklace there actually gives 15 defense, but again, with the 2 Vardas, it's kind of like, eh. So now we're going into the reverse library, one of the scariest spots in the game, especially early on. In vanilla, it's where you can farm for a Chrysogrim, but it's like a very low drop rate. You could spend 30 minutes, maybe an hour, hitting schmooze or schmoes over and over again, waiting for one to drop. Even if you have 2 Rings of Arcana as well as a Lapis Lazuli, you could be waiting a while because of how high of a chance it is for it to drop. However, whereas this is rando, we have no idea what they would drop. But that's not why we're here. We're here because there are 2 checks first to check. Did I mention you're going to hear the word check a lot? Luckily, the great thing about the schmooze is they give quite a bit of experience when you're coming through here, especially low level. So even just killing them is very beneficial. So here we go. We're going to check number 1. Just going to fly a little forward. There we are. It's actually above me. There we go. Oh, very nice. Heart of Vlad. So we now have 2 Vlad relics out of 5. What will the one underneath that one hold? Maybe it'll hold both Vlad relics. That's happened before.
Called it 4 on left side.
All right.
Creature's even gonna have something. You guys are good friends.
Oh, only a neutron bomb. Neutron bombs can drop in base game if you have 0 hearts after the Dracula Richter fight. Am I correct on that?
Collecting 41 hearts? Yeah, that's to get a neutron bomb. And
oh, it's collecting 40. I thought it was having 0
that's a
hearts
heart
at the end of the
that
fight.
gives you.
Oh, okay. So there we go. Fun fact, Echo is not costing me any mana. Only Wing Smashes will cost me mana. So we're just sitting here gaining a ton of XP right now as we're hitting each of them 2 times per Echo location. I had to think of a name real fast. But that's what it is. It's Echo location, because in the base game, you would use Echo to get through the room with all the spikes in the catacombs, because it's supposed to be pitch black, and you would use that to see. There we are.
All right, creature.
And what do we have? It was nothing!
Creature. Always a
Nothing.
disappointment.
Well, it's hardly a disappointment if you don't expect anything from creature.
True, keep your expectations low.
Yep. Yep.
All right. And then we're just going to take a straight flight here. This is actually something I would do in the speed run, is just fly straight through, because at this point we would be heading to Dracula right now in the Saturn speed run. But we still have some things to check, so we're going to go down and fight Death now, and then make our way to Achmedon as well as Beelzebub, because that's how we do it. We turn left side into right side. I'll gladly take some more HP. Of course, I don't have gravity boots, sadness, so we're taking a little bit of a slow path up. However, there are also 2 more checks we can do down here, as we have Doppelganger 40 as well as Reverse Orman. Doppelganger 40 is like Doppelganger 10, only he's level 40 and can either poison you or turn you to stone. And obviously, you want to loop him. So this is how we loop him. Obviously, if I have the clock. What am I doing?
If you lock him in iframes, you can't hit him. That's a little annoying bug.
This is true.
Feature. Yeah.
I think it's a feature.
There you go.
So yeah, you can use the clock to freeze his position. I kind of didn't pay attention to the fact that I had the clock. Oops. You can tell how many times I have the cube of Zoe in randos to where I would have that, but it's fine. Fly down. Get ready to see the game lag as we're in the Dark Octopus territory, and the game is mighty lag because of how many things are on the screen. And there we go. We've got Eye of Vlad.
The 4 could still happen on left side.
Right.
Death and Galamoth need something.
Oh God! Please don't let
and of course,
Galamoth
yeah,
have
of course,
anything. Oh, nice. The level up from the one hit. I'm just going to shield dash here because I find it easier to get through. So that's what we'll be doing. Of course, to shield dash, what we're doing is we're facing backwards for the dash and then pulling out our shield. So we're mashing triangle and circle as fast as possible to dash across the screen, or as some people say in my chat, moonwalk.
Yeah, this room is tough to wing smash through because you have such narrow space to actually wing smash, where you'll terrain boost up into the water and untransform, or you'll just go into the water and untransform. So it's a very tough room.
And we now have a second Holy Sword.
Yep. Fun fact, Holy Sword won't damage Richter, so you can't kill Richter with a Holy Sword.
Yes, I learned that the hard way by doing a boss rush and having a Holy Sword. And I was like, oh.
That's funny. Gotta punch him.
Yeah, because Obsidian Sword didn't do much damage. The boss rush is, of course, another randomizer preset. So it is something else you can do through the randomizer.
And there's been a bit of an explosion recently of new presets, new ideas, and yeah, they're all super exciting.
I've got a question for both of you. What do you think is the best preset currently?
Batmaster, because I've only done Warlock and Batmaster.
Good ones. My favorite one. It's different from my best one, because I like Nimble, but it's not my favorite preset. Honestly, I think my favorite preset is Safe. I like Safe.
All right. And what about you,
There's
Jupiter?
a new Aperture preset, which is like a super open castle where all the warps are available from the start. You can kind of go wherever you want. I think that's my new favorite. Hard to say, it's early days, but I have a ton of fun every time I play it. It's the most open way to play Soden.
Yep. Special shout out to Eldritch and Mott. They're kind of the dynamic duo who works on a lot of the stuff. So.
We now have 4 relics of Vlad, by the way. Also, because I'm using Force of Echo, again, like, I don't know, 40 bats just dematerialized. And you know what? For the content, we're gonna go see Mr.
You know, I gotta tell you,
Galamoth,
as a firm right side believer,
who is
if we get 4 Vlads on left side, I'm gonna be upset.
I told you, it's gotta be. Oh, man.
Galamoth is the super boss of the game. What is it, like 12,000
Something
health?
ridiculous. He's one of those bosses you just can't fight straight up.
Or 1,200.
Gotta cheese him somehow.
You cheese Galamoth or Galamoth cheese.
Luckily, we have a method to cheese him.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Also, we got some peanuts. Peanuts are a hilarious healing item because you have to catch the peanut to get healed by the peanut.
Yep.
So, more bats
Yep.
gone in an instant. Also, nice
Very good.
69 damage as we keep going.
Yeah, this is a nice safety save here.
Just
Galamoth is just too dangerous to be trusted. He's pretty unpredictable.
yes. And there we go. So it is now time for the fight. Now, I have been able to cheese him with this weapon. Basically, no, the clock doesn't count. But if we keep damaging him, he'll just sit here until he dies. And because we have the Rings of Varda, I'm not sure how much damage he would even do. Speaking of which, I don't think I'm even wearing my best armor right now. There we go, he is dead. What armor am I right? Yes, I was correct. I am not wearing the best armor I have. I'm also not wearing the wizard hat anymore. I should probably wear the wizard hat.
Alrighty, here we go. Four checks left side. Come on.
Odds of this
Or
being
Vlad's.
Final Blood, I believe, are 25%.
Yep.
Getting lots of health.
No.
Here we go.
Could be that card.
It was not, but
Sword
let's find
card.
out what card. It was the
lag
sword.
card.
But the way we can do infinite shop glitch in the Saturn
Is
version,
it a sword card?
since fairy
Interesting.
card doesn't
I wonder why
work.
does she just not talk? Weird.
Kinda not. Also, fun fact, in the Saturn version, when you use a library card, it warps you into the librarian's room. It doesn't warp
Interesting.
you
I
outside.
did not know it.
Can I please fly forward? Thank you. There we go. Whee! Alright. Ow. Hit all the things, please.
And so, what's your plan from here? Go through.
Oh, we're doing the standard going into
Okay, gotcha. So
Beelzebub
reverse entrance.
from here.
Cool. It's a
Yep.
cool area. I wish we got to see more. So it's always nice to see. A lot of cool enemies there.
Whoops, wrong way.
Hmm.
I did it again.
That's okay.
Going the wrong way. I say standard, it's standard for me because, again, I don't like right side, so I eventually just turned left side
Yep.
into right side.
Yeah,
And this
honestly,
is
I
how
like
we
it.
do it.
Even in races, I like it.
Of course, Slagar and Gaibon are here, the first bosses. Fun fact, if you avoid their first boss room and head back to entrance, they will sit there. You cannot kill them because they'll be in death spot when he takes all of our weapons. They will sit there, you can injure them, and then they will fly away back into their boss spot.
Yeah,
But that's only if you
I
skip
always
them
thought
at
that
the
was
beginning.
a funny touch. I don't think a lot of games would do that.
Oh, hello, Twilight Cloak, the thing that was going to cost us like $30,000. Interesting wings. The wings look to be changing color. The
yeah.
inner wing, I should say.
Twilight Cloak is very cool. Big fan of
Uh-oh.
the cloak.
It's the cloak you start
Yep.
with in vanilla. There we go. again flying forward. We've got Dragon Riders now. That's the only spot we ever see the Dragon Riders. There are no Dragon Riders elsewhere. All right. There we go. Again, just destroying everything. Oh, it was Zircon.
Also, just a
Boo.
casual 421 health.
I kind of...
That's a ton of health.
Yes.
One of the nice things about fighting Galamoth relatively early, it is the super boss, so it gives a ton of experience.
Yep.
Yes. Oftentimes you will be level, like, you'll be like low level 40s if you kill him early, as we hit level 42. Unfortunately, fun fact, those gold armors that I'm telling everyone to be very cautious about, they're immune to the Marcel. So it's like, oh, joy. No, I won't need that save. There we go. And now we have our good friend Beelzebub, who is a giant
He's a
rotting corpse.
pacifist.
More
Has no
Halloween
attacks.
content.
Truly a pacifist.
I mean, he has flies and worms. I'll call them worms. There we go. And he is defeated. There we go. Excellent. And Holy Symbol, which is a snorkel, because it allows water to not damage us anymore. So it looks like Achmodon will be our winner. So let's see what we've got. Of course, we have to watch out for the bitterflies. Bitterflies are invisible if you are moving. They are annoying. But luckily, because we have the Force of Echo and Echo, we can just deal with them fast. Also, I forgot about Trio. I always forget about the Trio every time until I'm here. And then I'm like, oh, right, there's Trio. Oops. The Trio, of course, is referring to the Castlevania 3 protagonists, which were Alucard, Grant, Trevor, the main antagonist, and Sypha. Of course, you would know Sypha and Trevor from the Castlevania anime. I don't know why they never included Grant, but
Also,
they decided
fun
not
fact,
to.
in the Japanese version, his name is Ralph.
It's very weird that they decided to change the name. Oh wait, I went the wrong way. Is this the right? No, I did the wrong things the entire time. I went too high. It's fine. Oh, right. I gotta go for
Yeah,
it.
it is a weird trigger for this
I was like,
fight. Rip Ralph. Oh my goodness.
there we go. Yes, I'm very, oh, gravity boots. I'm very overpowered thanks to the 2 rings of Varda. That is specifically what is allowing me to just annihilating things. Of course, also fun fact about the Castlevania anime, Isaac and oh god, Hector, thank you, brain, are not in Castlevania 3. They are from, is it Lament of Innocence? I suck at pronouncing things. Or no, it's Curse of Darkness, isn't it? That's where they're from. As Hector is the protagonist of that one, and Isaac is the villain. A little more fun random Castlevania facts that are coming off the top of my head that I'm probably getting wrong. There we go, Achmodon.
Also got an anime fun
Let's go.
fact for you. Isaac is the best character in the anime. Little trivia for you. If you didn't know, he's the best.
Interesting. He has a very tragic story in that anime. All right, it was Akmadon. We are now in go mode. So let's get going here. Again, we are going to warp from Reverse Allrox's quarters and deal with him there. I went the wrong way again. I don't know why I thought I had to go up. I don't have to go up. I just had to go straight through the Karasu Men. We didn't see Karasu Men, but Karasu Man is a boss in the first castle. He is actually the boss you would fight if you went through the clock tower. But we didn't because we don't have to, and also the clock tower is terrible. I'm sorry to say, any clock tower enjoyers, that your area is terrible. No matter which castle you're going through.
Shots fired.
I'm sorry.
So this ended up being a really interesting showcase.
All
It ended up
right,
being a
and-
full clear of both castles.
Yeah, that's probably healthy for a marathon. Good to show as much as possible. Even reverse entrance.
Indeed. Oh wait, what am I doing? I'm in the wrong spot. I completely forgot where I was going and just was like, no, I need to warp over here. No, I needed to stay in Allrox's quarters. Leave Allrox's quarters. Sometimes I don't know what I'm thinking. Maybe I just wanted to show off Reverse Castle Keep one more time. Alright. Also, everybody say hi to Mikolash, aka Actual Cthulhu. They call Cthulhu a different thing. And it looks nothing like Cthulhu. Possibly for legal reasons and or translation error, because I do not know what the Japanese version calls it. Because they do
It's
also
gotta be the
change
first one, 'cause
Cthulhu's
this game has
spelling.
no translation errors. The script is perfect.
True.
Fair enough. All right, here we go. So again, we listen to the 13 dings of Scooby-Doo. And then we head on up. Unfortunately, no Vincent Price narration for that. All right, let us head up. Of course, we also have to deal with Shaft, who should fall pretty quickly. And will I be able to get the swag? For those who are familiar with my runs of this game, the swag is that oh wait, I did it wrong. Never mind. Actually, I'll try it again. So what I'm going to do is wing smash. I didn't get it, but what I try to do is I try to wing smash and untransform right as I get to the center, so I just fall in. There we go. And he's dead. And he mentions about his plan. Alrighty then. And here we go. So Dracula's true form apparently involves him being inside of a chair. I do not know why. Of course, because I'm using the Marcel, I'm doing less damage. So we're gonna change swords. Once I find it here. Because now I'm doing 130 again. Because Dracula has buffs on fire. And of course, he's only doing 4 damage per hit. And we're going to jump on his head. He's probably going into a second cycle because I'm stuck behind his hand. This attack does a lot of damage. I do not know how much damage it'll do with me fully powered like this, but easily it'll do like over 100 damage to you, and it'll hurt, and it'll not be good. I am taking a lot of damage for the content, I suppose. There we go, and that is time.
GG.
Trouble
the soul of my mother no more. How have I been so defeated?
How is it that I
This is where the famous Matthew 16:26 comes from because of sarcasm. The Swarm, would you like to tell the fine people where they can
Oh
find
yeah,
you?
for sure. Thank you.
what profit is it to
I am on Twitch as _Swarm. I run Rando and any %, so come on by. And thank you for having me,
I believe.
GDQ, Hotfix, and Abby. Much appreciated.
Tell me what.
Thank you for coming on. And of course, Jupiter, I know you just did a hotfix, but could you tell the fine
Yeah, I'm
people
not gonna
where
plug
they can
myself
find you?
twice. Go follow Abby instead. This was a great run, really chill. Thanks for letting me hop on.
also said to tell you that she would love you for all of eternity.
Thank you.
Forgive me.
Of course, you can find me at twitch.tv/Abby's Corner. I also run a podcast called Speedrunners and Coffee, where I interview speedrunners about their speedrun origins and also some coffee talk in there, too. Yes, indeed. You can also find me on Twitter at Abby_Brander, or you can find me on Blue Sky at Abby's Corner. I don't know how you find people on Blue Sky, but I'm on there too, I guess. But yeah, this has been Castlevania Symphony of the Night Rando, and you'll catch me again on Sunday as I'll be running Resident Evil 4 Remake, New Game Plus for the Horror Games Hotfix this Sunday.
Yeah, thank you all so much, all three of you, for coming on. This was a fantastic showcase. Overall, super fun show to be a part of. If you enjoyed Parallel Universe, if you enjoy GDQ Hotfix as a whole, make sure you follow the channel. Parallel Universe will be back in 2 weeks. We are every other Friday at 10 p.m. Eastern. But with that said, there is plenty of content for you this weekend. Tune in tomorrow and Sunday for some spooky speedruns, as we have Fright Fatales on Saturday, October 28th, and a day full of scary speedruns on the 29th. Again, all starting at 1 p.m. Eastern. Abby's Corner mentioned that she will be there. Lots of scary runs for you to check out. Yeah, with that said, we will see you tomorrow. I've been Helix. I will continue to be Helix, but I have also been Helix. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And this wraps up the Hotfix programming for the night. I hope you all have a good one.
What will you do now?